Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here.
Hello everybody.
Gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert, Jim Begley.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. The crowd rises for the national anthem of Belgium.
There's Lamine Yamal, Peter, the latest Spanish superstar. I'd like to see him get a lot of freedom on that right wing.
And is that his best position?
I'd say so, Peter. With him being left-footed, he can cut inside, but he's such an all-round threat. He has that blistering pace that he can use to beat the best defenders. And it's very difficult to stop him once he starts linking up with others, once he's made that inside run.
And that gets things running. And he goes cross-field.
Well spotted.
Parejo. And Jordi Alba. Garnacho. Parejo. Pinches it off him. He's in a great position here. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Perez. And it's Parejo. Over to the right flank. And Yamal. Shifted it to the flank. And here's Garnacho. Garnacho. Mbappe! Well, that is clearly not the outcome he wanted.
Well, the manager clearly has to react to this and tactically change what's happening. It's too easy for them to get in.
So, Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Mazraoui. Perez spots it and intercepts. A quick look, thought about cutting inside, delivered low. Courtois claims it without any fuss. Belgium are enjoying the lion's share of possession, but nothing yet to show for it. Jordi Alba. And it's Hakimi. In with the challenge. Threads one in. Can he latch on to this? Diop. Hakimi. And it's Diaz. Unahi. That's Brahim Diaz. El Kanous. He's found a way through. Now, can they get him away? Mazraoui picks it up out wide. And that is expertly dealt with. Oh, there's a probing ball. That looks a decent ball. And the through ball. That's the keeper's ball.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
Now it's Al-Khanous. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Jordi Alba. Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. Perez. It's Van Dijk. Cafu, a true great in every sense of the word. And it's Bergkamp. Yamal is in a really good position out wide. Now it's Al-Khanous. Spread it left. Mazraoui has the space to scheme. Mazraoui made a surge from full-back, as it turned out unsuccessfully. Garnacho. Perez. Spread to the right.
Niceties are not part of this approach. This is actually quite aggressive.
Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick. Al-Khanous. Well, a goal here would be the ultimate pick-me-up just before the break. Driving forward. Now it's Bergkamp. Now it's Mbappe. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. And it's Parejo. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Hakimi. Unahi. It's a promising position.
That's going in strongly.
And that's gone loose. Bops him off it and wins back the ball.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
He can run onto that. Riyad. And the referee says that is that for the first half. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment.
Just a quick announcement.
How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, at least the defence can look back on a job pretty well done so far, Peter. I think they've squeezed the play quite well and they've been relentless in their pressing. So the energy levels have looked good.
So, no breakthrough from either side, 0-0 after 45 minutes of action. So, into the second half.
Belgium have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. Perez. Now Van Dijk. Cafu. For Parejo. Spread out to the left. Garnacho. That is good progress on the left. And that's an errant pass. Now it's Al-Khanous. Swung over. Oh, we're still waiting for a goal to report here. Hakimi. He's shifting through the gears here. Hakimi. Header! Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in. And it's been taken short. And it's Al-Ainawi. And now they can spring out of defence. Diop. Can he get it through? Mazraoui receives it in a wide position. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. El Khadouf! It's hit the upright. Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
Substitution for Belgium, number 21, Danny Pereiro, number 10, Bergkamp, coming on the field, number 13, Kovacic.
Oh, he's given that plenty, but no.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
Oh, that's well done, really robust. Now that's well seen too. And still we await the first breakthrough. Morocco have a free kick.
Substitution in progress.
Riyadh. Belgium are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Garnacho. And it's Kovacic. Cafu. Yamal. To Messi. Now it's Yamal. And he's picked out the run. And he was alert to it. El Ainawi.
Belgium really aren't making anything meaningful of their time on the ball.
He is through here. Van Dijk. Jordi Alba. And it's Van Dijk. Cafu. And Yamal. Now it's Messi. That's a lovely, neat pass.
Belgium truly seem to be at loggerheads in trying to sort this out. Is it the passing or the movement that's the problem? I think both.
Mazraoui into the last quarter of an hour. Riyadh. Unahi receives it in a good position here. And it's Kovacic. And here's Mbappe. Great ball if he can get there.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Unahi. That has not gone well. Jordi Alba.
Well, they've got one eye on the clock, but the balancing act is very fine at this stage. Go for it, and it could backfire. Sit back, and it may be at a price.
Now it's Kovacic.
Look, this is so frustrating. Passing without any end product is just passing time.
Just 5 minutes remaining now. Looking to play him in. He's onside. Shot at goal!
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again. There's nothing more infuriating for a fan than seeing passing without penetration. They're just stuck in a rut.
2
Yamal.
minutes has been indicated.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer, and quickly.
Hakimi into stoppage time, and it is still goalless. And that will be it. So we finish as we started. Try as they might, neither was able to break through. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, a decent draw, Peter, with a good mix of action and plenty of talking points, and it ended with the right result, in my opinion.
And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin, a very good evening to you all. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here, a clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert Jim Beglin.
Well, I can tell you, I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. The national anthem of Uruguay rings out. So, Jim, would you say that this formation has become the norm in recent years?
Yeah, I think it's one that places the emphasis on your centre forward, not just holding the ball up or finishing, but all the movement that happens around him, outside and inside the box. And he has to link up with that midfield and bring everybody into play, which ensures a more cohesive system.
that gets things running.
The Dutch have a hero in every generation, and Dennis Bergkamp is no exception.
He is the man.
Yeah, and he's the pivotal presence, the link-up to all their play, fantastic technique and vision, which gives him an edge and produces some absolutely brilliant goals.
Oh, it's Bergkamp, and it's been played through. Mbappe! Goal! International! And it's International who take the lead. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, look at the manager here, he's absolutely fuming, and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Ugarte. And it's Oliveira. Vigna. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. He is through here. Did well to step in there, that was more than necessary. Jordi Alba. Garnacho. And it's Parejo. And here's Bergkamp. And the shot! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Internacional with the corner, they're first. Defending of the desperate variety. Uruguay are looking to go forward now. Internacional leading here thanks to that early goal. And the score is 1-0. It's Bergkamp! He's keen. Determined to have his say.
Oh, they're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
Bentancur. Vigna. He's found a way through. Garnacho. And the return pass. Cafu. And it's Bergkamp. Searching pass he's played there. And it's corner. Internacional have their second corner now. Ugarte tries to clear. And he's picked it up out wide. Hangs one in.
Well played and well cleared.
He's having a hit! Just too high.
Unsurprisingly, he's been quick to apologise. If you lean backwards, the results are normally high and wide.
Parejo. And Jamal. Now it's Bergkamp. Threads one in.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Look at the space here. Mbappe! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
why definitely like their pressing from the front.
It's relentless at times, Jim, isn't it? High energy, high intensity.
Standard practice nowadays, Peter. Make sure you don't give your opponents any time to think on the ball.
Yamal. Bergkamp. Parejo. And here's Mbappe. He's having a pop! Oh, keep trying, and eventually it might come off. Ugarte. For Valverde. Now it's Darwin. He's had it taken off him. And it's Bergkamp. Can he get it through? Oh, that's a fine interception. Ugarte. Bentancur. Yamal. Oh, it's Bergkamp. Oh, no joy this time. Valverde. Now it's Darwin.
Oh, really well played. Internacional can certainly afford to see this half out now and reset during the break.
Valverde wriggles his way through. Perez. It's Van Dijk. And here's a player who has defined a generation. Has a look and plays it forward. He's in a great position here. That's a shade optimistic. Perez. And here's Valverde. Garnacho. So what can they make of this? Well timed, excellent interception. Bentancur. Valverde. Parejo is the guilty party there. And for the first half, that is that. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. Internacional leading by 1 at the break.
Yeah, I like the fact that there was a genuine flow to this game as well as intent. But I can't help feeling that their efforts deserved that little bit more.
Internacional with the game's only breakthrough. It's 1-0.
Y aquí están, den la bienvenida a los jugadores.
So, into the second half. Internacional currently ahead by the smallest of margins. Now it's Yamal. Now it's Bergkamp. He's in plenty of space here. Oh, he's put a shade too much on that. A corner it is then. Corner number 3 coming up. Oh, the ball's run loose here. And there's the shot! And that was very necessary. Oh, that wasn't the worst effort in the world.
I'm a little surprised that he actually couldn't make that count. He's so good from that range. Often he'll find the net.
Internacional get their 4th corner. And he's there to clear it. And now a sudden chance to counter. Valverde. Darwin. Oh, that's a key interception. Perez. And Garnacho. Now it's Mbappe. No, that's been intercepted. Oliveira. Viña. Cafu. And it's Jordi Alba. Mbappe needing to deal with defending that's more up close and personal.
Well, to be fair to that defence, it's nigh on impossible to cater for such astute movement, but at least, eventually, they've made the right call.
Internacional are ahead here by what is still the only goal. Well, that is one way to stop him.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Muslera deals with that nice and simple. So we've reached the hour mark. So Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, it's a natural instinct to defend.
Little doubt, that is a foul. Yellow or red? It is red. Internacional are down to 10 men.
Se va a realizar un cambio.
Internacional making further changes here, and in quick succession. Messi to come on, a change that had been mooted for a while.
Yeah, he's looking for instructions, probably something along the lines of, go make a nuisance of yourself. Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Internacional are making a change. After this, just one opportunity to do so. Internacional are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Caicedo. Perez. And Jordi Alba. And it's Valverde. Oh, that's well spotted. Now it's Mbappe. That's a lovely, neat pass. Yamal. Caicedo. And it's Jordi Alba. Ferran Torres. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Darwin. Now it's Bentancur. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
And reclaimed it in a trice. And here's Nunez.
Uruguay really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
That is good alertness. Bentancur. And it's Messi. Now it's Mbappe. Viña. Valverde. Tries to pass it through. Great defending, strong and determined. Internacional leading here by this still precarious 1-0 margin. That's a good foray he's making. Now it's Darwin. And it's Ugarte. That's a good ball.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Perez. Not much time now for anything fresh to happen, I think. Cafu. Looking for options for movement. And the shot! And a terrific save from the keeper.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Cambio.
They're up to 5 corners now. It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. And a chance! It's in! And surely now, the result's beyond doubt. Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
So here comes a substitution. So, time for a potential game changer.
Well, this could lead to the injection of energy that might disrupt the rhythm of their opponent.
That's at the end. Internacional can reflect on a job really well done. Superior tactically, physically and mentally, all round the better side. It turned into a very, very smooth ride. Mbappe voted man of the match, and deservedly so. Your reflections then, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the player...
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here, a clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say a big hello to everyone.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game, everyone involved is absolutely up for it. And now we observe the national anthems.
There's Lamine Yamal, Peter, the latest Spanish superstar. I'd like to see him get a lot of freedom on that right wing.
And is that his best position?
I'd say so, Peter. With him being left-footed, he can cut inside, but he's such an all-round threat. He has that blistering pace that he can use to beat the best defenders. And it's very difficult to stop him once he starts linking up with others, once he's made that inside run.
There's the whistle. Plays a sharp little ball here. Oh, it's a great ball here. That was a good run. The defence looked beaten there.
I think there were a few doubts for a split second, Peter, as to whether he was offside. I think he really got away with one there.
Kovacic, spread it left, and here's Mbappe. Orban attempts a clearance. Internacional with the corner, there first. And he's taking no chances there. And now a sudden chance to counter. And he goes cross-field.
Good ball, that too.
Yamal will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. And that is expertly dealt with. Nothing much to report on so far. Each side waiting to make their first move. And he's managed to get free. He's on it, can he get away? And here's Soboslai, and he's well positioned here. Courtois claims comfortably. Cafu. And Yamal. And it's Kovacic. Ferran Torres. Oh, that's a key interception.
Well, neither team has yet managed to impose any authority, and as a consequence, this game's just drifted.
It's a good-looking delivery. Cleared without hesitation. Shapes to shoot! Now it's Shalai. And that is out of play. That's a good run down the left. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
That's a cute ball. Can he get onto this? Mbappe, Orban spots it and intercepts. Well, the idea was a good one, the execution of it not quite so.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Shalai. And here's a player who has defined a generation. And it's Bergkamp. Oh, beautifully shaped ball. Szoboszlai.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
That has been slung wide. Well, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Bergkamp. Looking for a runner. And the through ball. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Shalai. And the counter is on. Shalai stood his ground strongly. Goes looking wide. Kerkez made a surge from fullback, as it turned out unsuccessfully. Not the most accurate pass. Oh, that pass isn't the best. That is good alertness.
They want to be quick here, it's breakaway time.
Ferran Torres. And it's Bergkamp.
I think that's great defending. He just made sure he was in the right place to block it, and I bet you the keeper's very relieved.
Szoboszlai. And it's made its way to him. Ferran Torres. And Kovacic. This looks promising. Mbappe! Mbappe! Oh, how good is that? That is a gem! An absolute gem! And it's Internacional who take the lead. It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
Yeah, and I think it always looks a bit more dramatic when the frame of the goal plays its part.
You felt it was coming, 1-0.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had.
And we've reached half-time. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Internacional just ahead then as we reach 45 minutes.
I think on the whole the team linked up very well and has been organised. Hence their position. They can afford to be a little braver with the ball, I think. Something they'll be told many times, I'm sure, during the interval.
Internacional leading via the game's only goal, 1-0 at the break. We're on the move again.
Internacional can do themselves a massive favour by grabbing another one here.
Van Dijk. Cafu. And it's Kovacic. And here's Mbappe. Now it's Yamal. Chance for a shot! Just too much, fractions.
Oh, he got lots of power behind that, just couldn't quite get it on target.
Jordi Alba does well to get it back. Yamal. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. And he's straight offside. He's had it taken off him. Shalai finding himself in space. So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. Well, now this is some substitution, almost surreal, you've got to feel.
It's a move that's pleasing everyone, even some of the opposition fans are applauding.
Knocks it into space. Internacional just about have their noses in front. It is the slenderest of leads. And that has put paid to that.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Well, it didn't look good. Could be danger here. That's very neat. Shot a goal!
Público presente na partida de hoje. 60.332 espectadores. Substituição no time do Internacional.
So a bit of a revolving door here.
22.
Lots and lots of changes.
Camisa 6.
Oh, good line! Oh, and that one's done no damage in the end.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Peter, but he hit it well enough. Better look next time, maybe.
Your impression so far, Jim?
There's a lot of football still to be played, Peter, so ideally they need to maintain an attacking endeavour.
Cafu. Distributed tidily. Now that looks a decent ball. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Internacional clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
And here's Garnacho. Now it's goes for a shot! And that's in! And this getting better and better. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
Camisa 18.
Hungary choosing to make the first change.
Well, this could be an indication that the team are setting themselves up for the counter-attack here, Peter, and he is very good at that type of thing.
So that's two now without reply.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
Mbappe being hunted in packs.
Well, to be fair to that defence, it's nigh on impossible to cater for such astute movement, but at least, eventually, they've made the right call.
Hungary making further changes here, and in quick succession.
Well, he's going to inject a nice bit of pace into that front line, Peter, so I can see him making those runs in behind.
Now it's Lampard. In by Lampard. And he's taking no chances there. It's a throw-in. And Messi! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball.
What a cracking save from the keeper. That may turn out to be a pivotal moment.
Cafu is the guilty party there. Well, that is one way to stop him. Spread out to the left. Spread neatly. And that's gone behind for a goal kick. So we have further activity on the bench here.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Has a look and plays it forward. And he's intervened well there. And it's Jordi Alba. Szoboszlai receives it in a good position here. Lampard. To Messi. Lampard. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Messi. Beckham. Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, important interception. That's a lovely, delicate pass. And here's the chance to counter. Internacional can consider themselves just about safe now. Now it's Mbappe. No, that's been intercepted. Oh, they can break here. Looking for the run, and Dijk deals with that comfortably. Not too much more here than seeing out time, and time is very nearly seen out. Oh, that's well spotted. Szoboszlai shifted it to the flank, and Dijk kept his eye on it, and he's there. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Messi. That looks a cracking ball. And the finish! And again! And he has kept it out somehow.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Internacional have their second corner now. It's a goal kick. And they're quick to get it back. Great vision. And it's Messi. Tries to play it through. And he's gone backward here. There's the shot! And one more try! Relentless! Just relentless! That is how you do it! A goal to launch his new life, his new chapter! That is a super smooth goal, beautiful manoeuvring of the ball, and splendid authority in the finish.
Yeah, the touch before the finish is so often the critical part, and we've just seen an example.
And that's it. Oh, this is a side which is purring, picture perfect, a win they will relish, having pulverised what was put in front of them. It was a pulsating performance. Mbappe claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument.
Winning by playing to their strengths. There was a clear picture of what they set out to do, and the players were determined to deliver it, and they did.